Maestro Gaming presents a wobbly wagon wheel production about a nomad man. That man is the Gypsy King. Okay, ladies and gents, welcome back to another Maestro Gaming production, and as you can see, we are outside one of the many eateries here at the Perak Stadium. Of course, it is an away game today, but in a way it's kind of a home game too. We are playing our parent club, or as I'm going to refer to them, parent club, Perak FA, because we are technically Perak FA 2. So, without further ado, I'm going to head on inside the stadium and we'll get on with our first game of today's episode. Okay everyone, it's time to kick off our first game of today's episode, and time for me to butcher a bunch of names, especially with this colour scheme, because it's kind of hard to read these names, to be honest. So we have Suami, who is on the left hand side of defence, Jamal, and you know what? You are not Suami anymore. You are simply going to be Sue. You have Sue on the left-hand side of defence. Jamal in central defence alongside Salah. Yeah, we can keep you as Salah. Although I'm really going to want to call you Mo. Issa on the right-hand side of defence. Umar, of course, remains in goal. The man, the myth, the legend, that is Kozani. Now, he's going to have his name changed. Because if he's anything like he's been so far, he's going to score quite a few goals. So... You know what? No. No. It can keep his name. He has earned his name. Safiq, you can have your name changed though. You are just going to be Saya. Ryan Saya. So we have Saya in central midfield alongside Kasik. Yep, again, your name is getting changed. That is ridiculous. A Wang. You know what? A Wang. You're literally just going to be a Wang. So, a Wang in the middle of midfield. Ngolu on the left-hand side. Azaman and Pinto up front. Our bench consists of Basha. That's okay. Hashim, Ali, Afandi, Raj. I really hate that the J's not there. So, Salomon. You know what? You can just be Solomon. So Solomon on the bench, Ramdan, and yeah, we're changing this guy's name. That is for sure. You can be Safwan. Just drop you down to Safwan. And Safwan on the bench. So without further ado, let's head on into the dressing room and talk to our assistant manager, whose name I cannot remember yet. Chan Wing Hoon. Chan. Can't change it from here, so I will leave Chan's name for... Actually, wait. If I go to feedback... No, I can't click him that way, unfortunately. So, we shall do our team talk. He thinks we should tell the team they're expected to pick up where they left off. And I apologise for all the sirens going by. Assertively... You know what? Passionately. We're underdogs. That suits us down... No. No. Passionate revenge. That's what we'll go for. That always goes down well, as it has done this time. And we now have Kim Heng Pafif Ran from the Malaysian Football Post, a devious fellow who is friendly towards us. Don't know why he's friendly towards us. We haven't been here very long. But with Kelantan not in action until after you play, this is prime opportunity for your side to perhaps take the... Yes, we have an advantage. We're on the same amount of points. They did lose by 1 goal to Johar DT. It was a late goal. I think it was like the 89th minute, so it was lucky in that sense. But although we have a game in hand over Kelantan, and that's the current game, Sabah are on the same amount of games as us, so we can't settle too much, because if they win, of course, they will jump out, we'll slow down, and yes, we can't be resting on our laurels going into these final few games. So we regard any advantages as positive. Your PKMP side hold their relegation destiny in their hands. Can you take... I hope so. They're unbeaten in 7 matches against us. Can you end that run? I don't like it. I'm desperate for it to end. I wasn't manager of any of those games. By starting him here, are you hoping of playing Omar into better form? We don't have a good goalkeeper. Omar is our only option. I want more from him. I'm determined to make that happen. And it's the fact that I just can't replace him. If I could, I would, but we can't. So we aren't. And that is a shame. But these things happen. We just get on with them. As you can see, we now have a 1 point gap with this current draw. Issa throws it into Pinto, played back to Issa. Issa with a lovely cross. N'Golo, oh, it's saved and cleared away. Messy save. Lucky for them though, got it away. Not doing bad on the possession though. We are actually ahead on possession. We are ahead on shots. In fact, they've not had a single shot in the first half an hour. That is something. You know what, lads? Bit of praise. You're playing a mid-table team here, and you've had 0 shots against you. Come on, lads. Bit of positivity. Feel it. Going into half-time though, bit boring in the end. 0 shots to 7. 0 shots on target to our 3. 1 foul to our 5. We need to stop with the fouls. 0 yellow cards, 1 yellow card, 45% possession to 55. So we would have dominated it if we didn't just give away those fouls. Issa was our best performer though, got a 6.9, 5 crosses completed. For them was the goalkeeper Nizam, keeping them in it with a 6.8 and 3 shots saved. Struggling to form was Saya for us with 3 mistakes and a 6.5, and Lazim for them with a 6.4. Bananas in Pyjamas City is currently 1-1 against Kadar, and then we have Johor is currently drawing their game 0-0. Those are 2 big games at either end of the table. So, tell the boys their efforts were excellent. They were. Lads, come on. Passionately. Go get revenge. You've done a good job so far. Don't let yourselves down now. Get back out there. Go get some goals. Get us up the league. And let's go do this. And I will not knock my coffee cup over. Ellie ball over the top, lucky for us, Omar makes a lovely save. Which is a surprise, because Omar, not the greatest goalkeepers. But, Cornet's whipped in, headed away, can we clear it away? N'Golo is on the wrong side of the pitch, just kick it up the pitch, N'Golo. Come on, no, just get it away. No, pass it back to them. It's not looking good. Zubia, and look for us, the highlighters ended. Okay, goal kick for them. We could do something with this. We've seen how goal kicks go on this game. Ahmed, it gets up to Hamid. Hamid gets the ball over to Sulame. It's now with Ketchik and N'Golo. N'Golo now holding up the ball nicely on the left-hand side. Can he do anything with it? It's been hunted by 2 players. Plays it all the way back to Jamal. Jamal now with the ball over to the top. It's now Ketchik and back to Kazani. Kazani back to Jamal. Jamal ball over to N'Golo. Unfortunately, Zubia intercepts it and Ahmed is going to hoof it up for them. Oh no, Route 1, one-on-one with Omar. Luckily we get a block in. I think that was Jamal with a beautiful slide. And they have a corner. Good job on that one, Jamal. Or at least who I thought was Jamal. N'Golo though just kicks it away. We are going to make some substitutions though. We do have a couple of players struggling. Our man, the myth, the legend is having a rough time. How are you up front? Doesn't have balance, strength or concentration. Maybe don't move him up front. Maybe he is just a defensive mid. So we'll bring on the guy that everyone seems to want to get, Afandi. So he can come on and get a bit of game time. We then have N'Golo who's having a rough time. Okay. Maybe we'll go up the gut. Maybe? No, you know what. Ramadan. Come on. Salomon is our central midfielder, so he can come on for Saya. And that will be our triple substitution. Hopefully we don't take any knocks. We are looking motivated. They are looking frustrated. And hopefully we can do something about this. 62 minutes deep. Can we get a goal? Ketchik tries the ball over to the right hand side where we obviously don't have anyone because there isn't a winger even over there. Bakri though Plays it back to Rodin. Rodin coming down this left-hand side for them. Plays it inside to Hamid. Now with Rodin. Rodin with ball over to Bakri. Now on this left-hand side. Willie whipping across. He plays it back to Rodin. Rodin holding up the ball nicely. Now with Hamid. Someone get a tackle in, please. Lazim gets a shot off. Omar with the save, though. And yet again, we have a corner. It's really weird seeing these games, because some of these teams have nice big stadiums, but nobody actually has the people to fill them. So we're sat in this massive stadium, which I believe is like a 40,000 seater stadium, with no one to actually fill it. I believe we've got like 500 people. We'll have a little look at that after the game, actually. So I'm curious to how many people we do get for this game compared to the actual stadium size. Azamani, though, plays it back to Ramdam. Ramdam, oh, he's hit the post. Someone follow it up. It's unfortunately cleared away, though, and we have a throw-in. We're not going to get to see the throw-in, though, because it apparently wasn't good enough for us to watch. So, quarter of an hour remains. Demand more. Come on, lads. Last push. One more push. Last 5 minutes of the game. 10 or so if you count in additional time. 2 minutes. 1 minute. The draw's not bad, but considering the match stats, a little disappointing. They had 7 shots in the end to our 15, 3 on target to our 6, 6 fouls to our 10, 0 yellow cards, 1 yellow card, 47% possession to our 53. Now, the best performers. Ahmed for them with a 6.9, and Wang for us with an 88% pass completion ratio and a 7.3. Now, struggling to form was the man, the myth, the legend, Gahorzani, who got that lovely opening goal when we first arrived. He got a 6.5, and Hamid with a 6.3 for them. Ahmed made his 75th league appearance for them, and Saya made his 50th for us. So, player of the match goes to the Wang. Wang is the man today. So, tell the boys that efforts were excellent. You know what? They were. Lads, good job. Passionately, everyone thought we'd get beat. Great result. That was a good effort. You've just gone and drawn against a team that's 5th in the league, and it was away from home. That was a big job indeed. PJ City ended 3-3 against Kadir. That's pretty good for us, because they're the teams directly above us. If we win, and they lose, I mean, depending on how much they get beat by, that's doable. A 4-goal difference gap is turned around. Can be turned around, I should say. Would be better English to be using. Johar DT also managed to beat Selangor 1-0 in their game. And speaking of Selangor, we are of course facing PKNS in our second game, and they share the same stadium. So we are going to head on over to their stadium, but first we do need to have a look at this one. So what was the attendance? Are you going to tell us on this page? You know, I'll just do it the simple way. We'll do it the simplest of ways. We'll go to our fixtures. We'll have a look. Okay, so we had 6,554 people attend that game. And the stadium capacity of Stadium Perak is 42,500 people. Yeah, we're not really utilising that space now, are we? Again, I think the next stadium that we're about to play in is even bigger as well. So if I have a look at this one, we are playing at Shah Alam in our next game, and that is an 80,372 seater stadium, and I can guarantee you we're not getting anywhere near that number. That is for sure. But I'm going to head on over there where we play in only 3 days time. So I'll see you fine folks for the second game in just a second. Okay, ladies and gents, welcome to the beautiful 80,000 seater Stadium Shah Alam, as you can see from the sign behind me. So let me just give you a quick spin around, and then we shall get on with today's game. So I will just quickly turn us around. As you can see, there is the dugouts, and of course Selangor is the home team at this stadium. We're not playing Selangor today though, we are playing PKNS. Yes, we're not playing ourselves. But without further ado, I'm going to head on over to the dugout and we'll get on with today's game. Right, so it's almost kick-off time here in our second game of today's episode. As I said, we're not packing this stadium out. As you can see from behind, it's basically empty. But we have one change to the lineup. Unfortunately, Issa is on loan from these. I probably should have just bought him straight out. Unfortunately, though, he can't play today's game because he's technically on loan, even though he's set to transfer to us. So, playing on the right-hand side of defence is Abdullah, the man who was, of course, already here, but had a bit of an injury, so we couldn't use him. So, let's go talk to our assistant and see what he has to say. So, he thinks we should encourage the team and give them a bit of morale boost. You know what? After the last game, we're going to passionately... Okay. Do we not have revenge to take on these? I guess not. Guess we don't have any revenge to get today. So... assertively... You know what? Passionately. Get out there and impress me, lads. Passionately impress me, in fact. So, Fabian Edder, who just stalks me around the globe. He is from the Girl publication, of course, an enthusiastic fellow with no relationship to us, but he follows us everywhere. That's weird. But it's not the best weather for football out there. How do you think the conditions will affect your performance? Well, we are the technically West team out of the two, so the fact that there's a bit of a downpour is probably going to go in our favour, although Omar can't hold a ball anyway, so... Don't know what he's going to do when the ball's wet. I don't think they're too bad. I think 99% of footballers aren't remotely bothered about the weather. It's certainly not ideal and we're going to have to make a few adjustments on the fly. I don't think it's too bad. I like the weather. This bit of rain never hurt anyone. Your team ranks considerably lower in the possession form table. I prefer... Yes, we're used to it. So, Sherman is one of the best dribblers in the... Okay. How do you plan to stop him? Well, he is a tank, so we can't. Sire has been pulling all the strings in midfield lately. How important will he? Hope he can do a good job. Yada, yada, yada. And it is time to kick off today's game. Honestly, not a huge fan of their kit, but they wear what they wear, I guess. Not the greatest colour, is it? A maroony set of shorts to go with an awfully dark green top. Jamal, I probably should have gave these lads a rest. I completely forgot we only had 3 days between these games, and I've just... Yeah, there's going to be a few tired legs out there. Pinto cannot keep his head down though. It might help with a bit of sharpness though. There is that. Although Pinto is already looking tired, and we're half an hour in. We also have Jamal who could do with a bit of a rest, so... I don't know. Maybe give them a bit of a rest at half time. Speaking of which, it is half time. They've had 0 shots to our 6, 0 on target to our 1. Yet again, we've played a team that has not shot on target for the whole first half. 7 fouls to our 8, 0 yellow cards, 1 yellow card, 52% possession to our 68. I think what we need to do is tweak this one because I'm not sure I put the don't slide into tackles on this particular formation. I apologise. Abdullah has been our best performer, of course, with 48 passes completed, 6.8. For them is Badrick with a 6.9 and 2 fouls against. Struggling to perform was John for them with a 6.4 and no reason for it, and Ngolu with 0% crossing completion ratio for us and also a 6.4. So Kedda and Sabah. Now Kedda, you need to pick your game up there, but you know what? That's not going to really hurt us too bad. It's bottom of the league versus the team directly above us, so... They can draw it if they really wish to draw it. Shouldn't make too much of a dent in our aspirations to stay up. Assertively. You know what? Passionately. It's time for everyone. Yeah. Leave it all out on the pitch, lads. Pinto, I know you're tired. Jamal, I know you're tired. There's a few of you with some tired legs. Don't worry, lads. I will bring you up. I'll give you... You know what? Bit earlier than usual. I'll give them to the 55th. Yes. Sounds a reasonable time to take them off. How are you looking? 66. You're on 69. No comment on that one. Ramdam, come on to that wing. We're then going to bring on Safwan for Pinto. Now, that's not his ideal position, but he can do it. So... We'll leave him up there. How good of a poacher will you be? That's the question. You can It can do it all, except for the off-the-ball element. Interesting. So maybe we don't do that. Perhaps we don't do that at all. Ramdam, you are not coming on, my friend, because what we are going to do is this. We are bringing on another central midfielder. We are going to bring on... No, Afandi, you can wait. Salomon can come on. Now, you are currently set as a playmaker. That works for me. We can then move... You know what? You're coming on for N'Golo. Now, which of these can move forward? Wang. Wang. You are just going to be a normal central midfielder because we are going to make you our advanced playmaker. How do you feel about that, Mr. Wang? Advanced playmaker. He can't dribble, but he can do everything else, so we should be okay. Just don't dribble. Try to playmake quicker, so you don't have to actually do any dribbling. Kedda, though, has now gone and taken a lead. It's now 3-1 in their game, so much for that being a draw. Crossley, though, it's now crossed in. Oh no, come on, Omar, why? Omar, you gotta do better. I'm sorry, my friend, but you do have to do better than that. That was a pathetic save. We are going to tell the lads to show some passion. That's fired them more. The lads are looking tired, I must admit. I probably should have rested them. But that is a mistake on my part. Hopefully not going to be punished too hard. Sabah is of course losing their game. The other game is yet to be played. And we still have time. We can pull it back, get a draw hopefully from this. Saya, get it over to the right hand side maybe? Yes. Abdullah, can he get in across? Can we steal a point? Asman, shot blocked. Salomon's got the ball though. Can he pull it back? Come on, Salomon, keep hold of it. No, he's been dispossessed. Come on, somebody. Jamal, win the ball back, please. Someone. We just need a goal. One goal. That's all I'm asking. Yes, Afandi, good job. Get the ball up the pitch now. Salomon, now back to Afandi. Get it over to the left-hand side. You have a man over there. Or play it over to Saya. He's got plenty of space too. Saya now plays it over to Abdullah. They've left Abdullah way too much space. Partly because we don't have a winger. I guess they're just not defending outside. And Azamani misses his header. Why? Why, Azamani? Why? You had a beautiful opportunity there. We have plus 5 minutes to work with though. Sherman the tank. One-on-one with Omar. Omar tips it over the bar. And I'm kind of glad this 80,000 seater stadium is looking pretty empty right now, because I wouldn't want this in front of 80,000 people. But they whip in the corner. Saya heads it away. Suwami gets it to Amari. And Salomon, lovely charge down. Coming down the right-hand side. Salomon, counter-attack. Right now, you can do it, my friend. I believe in you. I'm going to take this and put it on very attacking just in case this particular highlight doesn't equate to anything. And I might have jinxed it doing that. He got dispossessed like 2 seconds after I did it. So, probably not the thing to have done, but show some passion, lads. Come on, they're all anxious, they're getting frustrated, and that was disappointing. Very disappointing. We lose 1-0 in the end. They had 5 shots to our 14, 3 on target to our 2, 15 fouls to our 18. 0 yellow cards, 3 yellow cards, 33% possession to 67. Their best performer was Zahir with a 7.3 and no reason for it. Abdullah for us with 86 passes completed, got a 7 rating. Struggling to perform was John for them with a 6.3 and no reason for it. And then Golu for us with 0% crossing completion ratio and a 6.4. A few different milestones, but I'm not going to go through them. Feel free to pause and go through them if you are interested. But player of the match goes to Zahari with a 7.3 rating. Tough results to take, don't be too hard on them. Looking at those ratings, lads, you could have done better, but you know what? No, I need to be assertive. Lads, you've got to do better. I want to be nice to them. I don't want to be too hard. We did just lose 1-0 to a team in 5th. Like, it's not bad. It's not the worst result we could have had, but it's definitely not a result I want to take lightly, especially considering Kelantan now has a game in hand and can possibly leapfrog above us. So, who do Kelantan play? That is the question. Senior squad, fixtures, Pahang, they play Pahang, 4th place Pahang at home on the 21st. Hopefully Pahang can do us a favour and win that one. Kadir is our next game though in 4 days time. That will also be joined of course with another game against PJ City, which will round out our normal season. So we've got 2 more games of the season, and we're just praying we go into those 2 games of the season 1 point ahead. Now, we're definitely not going up as far as 9th. We'd have to win this game. Really don't see us doing it, and we'd then have to win our second game. I don't see us getting 2 wins on the trot, so we're definitely playing for that 10th place and just trying not to drop into the other 2 spots. But that is it for today's episode. I hope you have enjoyed. I hope you have a lovely night, and goodbye.